Transfer portal season continues. This time, it's the Mountaineers' offensive line room that takes a hit. But on the plus side, West Virginia has sent out a couple more scholarship offers to a couple more Power 5 transfer players. Let's go. What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads Webcast. And before I get into this video, just want to give you guys a quick reminder, if you would, do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button right there. Give us a like on this video. It'll really help its performance and help future videos performances here on the channel as well. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us, helps you, helps get more of this Mountaineer sports content out to Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, let's get into it. Okay, so transfer portal updates continue to come in abundance. Here's another one. This one comes as West Virginia loses an offensive lineman that was a good depth piece for them in the recent years in Jordan White. Started some games at guard and also was kind of West Virginia's de facto backup center this season. But also, I think he slipped down the depth chart a little bit later in the latter portion of the season, as we saw Thomas Remick fill in once James Gamitter decided to retire instead of Jordan White. And I think maybe that's one reason that he kind of slipped down the depth chart, is a reason that he's decided to enter the transfer portal. He does become the 10th scholarship player to enter the transfer portal, which I will show you guys the transfers out for West Virginia here momentarily. White played 51 snaps in 2020. Received a red shirt in 2021, counted on some snaps this past season, played in 4 games, started 3 of them this past season, so started 3 games for the Mountaineers in 2022. Jordan White saw action at guard, right tackle, and even center in 11 total games played for WVU. The Maryland native will now be on the hunt for his next college stop with plenty of eligibility left due to the COVID season and the redshirt year. The 10th West Virginia player to enter the transfer portal, but the good news for West Virginia is they have lost some depth pieces, but they haven't really lost any big name starters, knock on wood, to this period in the transfer portal. I know this is the first window of the transfer portal here in December. There will be another one in May. So far, this one in December, not going too terrible for West Virginia in comparison to how it's gone in the past. And I think West Virginia seems to be more aggressive in the transfers that they are going after as well. Let me share this screen with you guys here with the Google Doc here showing the 10 transfers out for West Virginia. And then I'll show the players that West Virginia has offered as I continue to update you guys on that. I'll show you guys the latest couple of additions there. But as you see, here are the 10 transfer players out for West Virginia. Jordan White being the latest in the offensive line, of course. I'll run through them in reverse order that they have occurred. Jordan White, Ty Woodby at the defensive back room, Taj Austin from the defensive line room, 2 quarterbacks, JT Daniels and Goose Crowder, a wide receiver in Reese Smith, a tight end in Mike O'Laughlin, 2 defensive backs in Mumu Ben Wahad and Charles Woods, and then another tight end in-state player in Corbin Page. But the Mountaineers will have some transfers coming in soon to replace these players, and they really need to hit on these transfer portal players. Last season, they whiffed on some of the transfers they tried to bring in. Got to do a better job this season, and you'll see they're going after a lot more Power 5 players, it seems, especially there in the defensive backfield, which I think is a good thing to see. But if you've seen this list, you know that already. But here, if you haven't, I'll scroll through it with you guys again. There are a couple more new additions. I'm not going to run through all of the names because I've been updating this periodically. I'm going to continue to update it as the offseason progresses. As they commit, I'll get a transfers in graphic as well to show instead of just the transfers out one. But for right now, here's a look at some of the players West Virginia has offered scholarships to that are in the transfer portal. The latest additions here coming: Xavion Thomas, a wide receiver from Mississippi State. They've offered another scholarship to him. As you see, a lot of receivers there West Virginia has offered scholarships to. West Virginia also targeting tight end heavy, as they're going to need that. And they've added another offer there here in Cole Taylor from LSU. There are the few offensive linemen West Virginia is targeting. May see another one added there potentially in the incoming weeks. Depends on, I guess, how they feel about the 3 that they have offered so far, if they can feel like they can get any of them. 4 defensive linemen you may see there, 3 linebackers, and then a slew of defensive backs, mainly Power 5 flavor from those defensive backs, save for the first 2 names there. As you see, 7 defensive back offers out. So West Virginia really targeting defensive back heavy in the transfer portal and wide receiver heavy in the transfer portal, as the Mountaineers have lost 10 players to the portal, and they will need to replace what looks to be about 5 defensive backs in that room there, as you see 3 transfers coming out, and you're also losing Rashad Ajayi and Wesley McCormick to graduation. So the Mountaineers going to be almost wholesale replacing the defensive back room, at least the cornerbacks. Safeties you're going to hang on to, Aubrey Burks, Hershey McLaurin, potentially Marcus Floyd. We'll see what happens there. But cornerbacks, West Virginia going to need to replace them. Got a lot of offers out there, as you see on the list there. But really interesting time here in college football, almost being dubbed as NCAA football free agency, and kind of rightfully so, I feel like, with what's going on. And some of these players, I do like to preface these videos here, these transfer portal updates, by saying just because a player enters the portal doesn't mean he's necessarily gone. They can still return to your school. It's, unlikely, but now in these times, people are thinking that it may be more likely with the NIL, because players are going to enter the portal, see what type of offers they can get, then go back to their current school, see if maybe they can match that offer, give them something better, and then decide where they want to go. And that's kind of why people are dubbing this NCAA football free agency right now. And this is the first window of it. There'll be another one in May. Having said that, though, how do you all think the Mountaineers are doing thus far in the transfer portal with some of these offers they have out? Do you like the names they've offered? And do you think they've done a better job on retainment, not losing as many big name players thus far as it seems? Lost only 10 scholarship players to this point, but most of them reserve players, and some of them that were starters were only starters in a minimal role. So I will give hats off to that thus far, knock on wood. We'll see how it progresses moving forward. But let us know your thoughts, Mountaineer Nation, what you're thinking in the comments down below. As always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.